Greetings and salutations everyone, welcome back to more Divinity Original Sin 2. Previously, we went over this way to the lake and got a void broken wing. Freed from void broken. It was a pretty tough fight, but we were somehow able to get through it. This episode there is story progress to be made, so I'm gonna go for it. We saved Mice Deceiver a couple episodes ago and we should just go see her. If you never saved her, there would actually be a note on this door and it would be closed, saying Mice Deceiver isn't here.
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
Damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe. In your case, more than I suspect, man, god or even reptile can provide. However, we must soldier on. It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scales. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if nothing had happened.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, God-woken. It is time to see just how awake you are. Fortunately, the magic...
Here's some interesting stuff. I remember I was going to check out my inventory now. I'm obviously looking to change back into an elf. And let's see, turn to an elf. It took me a little bit to figure that out. But that's also because we died last episode. Now, what she asks you to do is take away his painting.
My instructions will not be too technical for you. Your talent for following push the button.
But yeah,
Now,
you just do that.
The vault and enter the combination. I shall call it
Because you guys can just read the pages. So I'll leave this up for 5 seconds and you guys can pause during that time. And this page for another 5 seconds. That way you guys can read it pretty easily. Obviously I'm not going to read through stuff that I've looked at through pretty much all my playthroughs.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary dial. Gleaming under the dim light, the metallic dial almost seems to wink at you. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers falling within the mechanism let you know you entered the code correctly.
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand.
Here's where she wants us to go. She will have some stuff to do, but we're just going to sort of rush through it.
Rooms? Weird contraptions? This place is an arcanist.
Opening the door, you see a selection of ingredients, thrown together in no particular order.
I do it to wait for Mice
How
Deceiver.
will I catch my breath?
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, God-woken? You would let the void run free so you can feel the joy of your skin sagging as you age. You would trade the sanctity of all the races for your flesh. No, becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for all the races. The divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use his power for anything else. Very well then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then, well, not inhale the smoke, but whatever the skeletal equivalent is. Ignore any feelings of dizziness, itchy bones, or a dire sense of existential dread. They are all perfectly normal, although you will need to sacrifice a little sauce along the way. Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Sauce in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an incinerator to provide a flame.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
And do not lose anything. These ingredients are rare indeed. I'm not hiking back out to the cloisterwood to fetch you more blackroot.
Opening the door, after a quick rummage, you gather up the blackroot, obsidian lance, and ancient bowl, and kick the door of the cupboard closed.
Yeah, I figured just to skip that. We get some items from this. We get blackroot, ritual bowl, and obsidian lance. Don't sell any of these. We're going to need them later on. But what you do is, well, you do exactly as she says. You have to use the knife on yourself. Then you combine blackroot with the bowl. Then you combine the two of them together to make ritual bowl. Then you go over here. You take the ritual bowl, plonk it down, and this is the incinerator she's referring to. Use it and disappears.
As the smoke swirls about your skull, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading. As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
Deepest recess of my soul? But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
Yeah, now we're here in, well, this area. It's actually a good thing I put in my memory because we're gonna get a new skill from here. What the? You're me! Yeah, this literally just creates an exact duplicate of yourself.
Bathed in the half-light of this eerie, starless landscape, you spot a figure you could only describe as you. Another you.
But you also get to see your own stats now, which is pretty cool.
It looks haggard and weak, its voice merely a feeble echo of your own.
My child, come closer, so that you may see me as I truly am. My child, it is time.
The apparition clasps your face in shaking skeletal hands, and you feel a tingle run through your bones. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color before fading back to their accustomed spectrum.
Time to open the eyes you lost so long ago. Speak the spell and see.
We have learned a new skill. Oh, it's an innate skill, so it's fine. Spirit vision. It doesn't require source points used, you just use it.
Gone is the strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Amadia in all her spectral glory.
You know me now, don't you, child? I saved you when the ship went down. I blessed you, made you powerful, and now I've come to seek some power in return. Your god-woken soul is my last refuge, my last bastion. And now you have brought me a gift.
Amadia stretches out and nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself as it drains away.
Ah, yes. That is better. That is so much better. Truly, dying does not become a god. The void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. Droplet by droplet, we are being drained. We are battling for our very survival, and we are losing. Should we truly perish, all will be cast into oblivion. battle is a work in progress. I did not say all was lost. There is still time. You must realize, dear one, that our fate... Just as together we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we seek to survive the onslaught of the void, we stand no chance unless we become vastly more powerful than we are now. And once you are strong enough, we must travel to the Well of Ascension. There, you will become even more powerful. Eager child, before we discuss the where, we must first muse the what. The Well of Ascension is a lake, a pool of pure source in which the powers of the Seven lie united. We gave those powers up freely to create the first divine. To bathe in the lake is to become the divine. That is where the road to divinity leads, and you must be the first to reach it, no matter what the cost. I know, sweet child. Do you think I chose you for that fine bone structure alone? It is important you realize how high the stakes are. The void has never been this strong. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension, not to bathe in its powers, but to take them, all of them. Only he who claims everything will be everything. The void's doom, this world's liberator. It is simplicity itself. They will bow to you, or be undone. Of course, the others are saying the same to their mortal God-woken as we speak. But there can be only one. So make no mistake, dear one. The road to divinity may well be paved with dead gods, their blood staining your ivory hands. But do not let that dismay you. You will save all of existence. You will save your kin and your loved ones, and all the rest of the mortal world, and you will become a god. Innocent child, do you think they are not being promised the same power by their false gods? Do you think those brutes will even hesitate before striking you down? Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source as only a God-woken can, and wield its most powerful spells.
Laughter rolls and echoes into infinity.
You flatter me, dear child, but if all I had to do was give, you would have received long ago. We are I now. The spells you need to know I will teach you when you are ready. But first you must learn to channel the Source in greater volumes. That is why you need to seek masters of the Source. You must make them teach you, so that you may become a master in turn. So return to Rivellon and seek out these sages where they dwell. Convince them to share with you their deep-seated bond with the Source. Once you have, return to me here. Alas, I am no longer who I once was, bound to you as I've become. I will teach you what I can, but the links that will expand the bounds of your soul, those are connections I cannot make for you. Good luck, dear child. Make me proud.
Now, with Spirit Vision, it allows us to see any sort of, well, spirit. There are some around here I believe you can talk to. There are some important ones as well.
The Maester stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but determined.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your face.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
She sighs impatiently as you hold your head in your hands, rubbing what's left of your temples.
You can't channel enough Source? Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps? Indeed not. And ever more difficult when you've been purged. I was a master of Source once, but no longer. The Magisters saw to that. The river of my source has been dammed. My link to the font from which it flows, severed. So we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only source masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turned into meat puppets are those too dangerous or cunning for the Magisters to contain. Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to. These are the kinds of creatures that grew bored pulling the legs from spiders and so moved on to people. Fun is not the word I would choose. However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost. No matter what is asked of you.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure, wiping a thin smear of blood from the corner of her mouth.
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them. And you do not seem to be paying attention. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, please. Please tell me at least some of this rings a bell. Your focus, your only focus, must be on finding these masters, on finding the secrets to divinity. Nothing else matters. The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They would be an invaluable resource. But do be careful not to get caught. I was their guest for a time, and I promise you the gallows was the most comfortable part of the experience. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just keep your eye sockets peeled. There may still be powerful sorcerers hiding in these lands.
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across her tunic. She hisses in frustration and starts to bind the gash.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember, do whatever it takes.
And we have our objective. We have to learn master the source. Well, we have to learn to master the source. Which there's a lot of ways to do this. There's exactly 7, I believe. There are some items to get here. There's some earth essences. We'll need that for a tiny bit. But there's something else I'm looking for, but I think it's in the shop. So we'll go back to Driftwood Square. Oh, Solo has stuff to say. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what he has to say.
My friend, and we may find ourselves on different sides, in which case prices will go up.
Take our leave, talk to him
Hello,
maybe?
stranger. Interested in Driftwood's finest catch?
You look down at the card.
Suit yourself.
There's something I want to get, it's just finding it.
You do look exhausted. I bet you could use it to...
Yep.
It's not there, it's in this shop. Could be that I have to loot it from nearby. I must have to loot it from nearby.
Until later.
We will take our leave. There's tons of different ways to master the source. I asked the Magister Barracks. I believe there is someone that can master the source in here. So let's go in and take a look. Oh, it's not that building, it's this one. Yeah, I believe it's this hatch. I think we should talk just these guys in
The
particular.
silent watcher stands guard without a flicker of movement, like some grotesque statue.
Oh, he has nothing to say. Oh yeah, there was a ghost nearby. We can use Spirit Vision to speak to a ghost.
The Magister turns to you with a scowl. He already seemed immensely displeased, and your interjection isn't improving his mood.
What? Who asked you? You're not even supposed to be down here.
The Magister glances around the cells, before ripping the keys from his belt and casting them aside.
This isn't the divine order I signed up for. Not anymore. I'm done.
Yeah, we just forced him to quit. We can take the key. I think we can open this. Yeah. He's supposed to not let us in here, but he did anyways. But here, these are the sources that are most wanted. We want to look for anyone listed on here. Mortis, Riker, Hannah, Galmyra, Sahala, Ibn Ben Mez, Addendum, you know, all sorts of these people. That gives us a little bit of lore into the characters, I think. But we did get a cool ween as well, which we will go over in just a second once I loot all these bookshelves. No, stop that. Bookcases are a bit annoying to click on. Let me open it up. We can read this, which is nothing there. But if we take a look at the ween, it gives us 1 intelligence and the skill to summon a fire slug. I'm going to swap that out with the big wing. I just realized I have to turn back to an elf. But yeah, now you can see we have a skill that just lets us summon a fire slug. So it gives us an extra summon. And it's a power connect skill, so I'll pop it there. Buzz game follow. Yeah, I can show it to fire slug in the next fight, I guess, because it'd be quite cool.
Passionless, unblinking.
Okay, it's nothing there. Now, if you cast Source around these guys, they will just immediately fight you. I believe it's in here. We can cast Spirit Vision, and there is a ghost. Ooh. And it's for the corpse that is right next to us.
An emaciated prisoner is staring down at his own corpse. He shakes his head and lets out an exasperated sigh.
Of all the stupid ways to go.
The spirit scowls at you.
I did nothing. Or I didn't do what they accused me of, at least. A miscarriage of justice is what this is. That's putting it bloody lightly. Nobody deserves to rot in a hole like this. Best leave that secret for someone who needs it. You can stroll out of here whenever you like. Oh, it was a stupid bloody accident. I dosed myself with some poison to make it look like I was half dead. I figured they'd take me to see a healer and I'd have a chance to escape. I must have taken too much of the stuff though. Wound up fully dead instead of half dead. Those bastards haven't even moved me body. Decent of you to hear me out. Best leave that secret for someone who needs.
Yeah, if you surrender by casting Source and the guy's like, hey, you can't do that, you'll be put in here and the spirit can let you out. Because if you took the staircase, it would just start fighting you again. But there's no real worries, to be honest. What are you waiting for? There's a ton of ways to get a Source. We'll try to show every way, but you only have to do it twice. Now, you can actually skip a lot of stuff if you know what you're doing. If you do the objective way before you even do that whole Bibermeister Deceiver, then you're just free at that point. You can go on and do whatever. Let's see if we can pick the lock. Possible. No, favorite level is too low. We're going to have to go level up, which we are 10,000 XP away. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So we're going to start making our way through all of this area. Because we may as well get the map open. But there will be some alright stuff. Well, it'll be alright, you know. Obviously, just was going to take a very long time just because of me showing every single way to do all this stuff. But it will not be too bad. And great. We have an automatic save. But let's see. Is over here we want to go.
Bears ahead. Honey bears, looks like.
Sorry, that was me mother calling. We're gonna talk to these bears.
Honey, bog off. Don't touch the honey. It's ours. Bog off.
Yeah, we do not want to do anything with these bears just yet. They're level 13, they're a bit too high of level. And over here we have a level 15 Mark the Troll. Yeah, we're not touching them either. Instead, we will just make our way over. There we go, this is something interesting.
In the near distance, you see a man. Those shadows obscure his features. A faint, guttural chittering emanates from a cage before him.
Now, this guy is special. He is our first level 20. There is an achievement to kill him. But you have to basically be ready to enter Act 3. Okay, I need to use one of the pyramids. Yeah, I guess I might here. But I recommend using a telekinesis build with the chest from the Driftwood Wind just to kill him in a single hit. Well, not even a single hit, you need a ton of weight to do that. Like, look at his health. You need 8,000 weight to kill him, pretty much.
This is him. He can help me. He can...
Losa's eyes suddenly fill with inky blackness. Grey veins appear beneath her skin.
Walk away.
She shakes her head. Her color returns to normal.
I'm running out of time. I think that man is Jehan, the demonologist. I need to talk to him.
She throws up a salute and laughs low, but worry sparkles behind her eyes. She walks towards the mysterious figure, who turns towards her with narrowed eyes.
Keep your distance. I recognize that particular shade of darkness in your eyes. Why do you seek me?
You're Jehan, the demonologist. I heard you could help me. Please, I must be free of it.
Jahan stands back from her, his body tense. He stares into her eyes a long while, saying nothing.
I've heard about you, Losa. You're the amalgam too hideous to contemplate. One who has a demon coiled around her god-woken heart. Its grip grows stronger by the hour. Its voice and yours become ever more indistinguishable until, ultimately, it's your voice no longer. But not just yet.
He walks toward her. They talk in low tones. Jahan's face is vivid, insistent. Losa's is set in a determined frown.
Do as I say, Losa. Hurry now. It won't be long.
They shake hands, Jahan clasping Losa's hand in both of his.
You'll see. I'll be back before you know it. The Advocate doesn't stand a chance.
Losa turns to you.
So, we have a job. It's like this. Jehan can help us. He can teach us how to control more Source. Just like that. All we need to do is a little favor for him. There's a place to the north called Blood Moon Island. I guess it's been more or less lost to a demonic presence for some time now. There's a fellow there, goes by the Advocate, and our new pal Jehan would like to see him taken care of. We take care of that, and Jehan helps us control more Source. And after that, he may even be able to help exorcise what ails me. Sound good? Of course it does.
She turns away before you have time to answer.
Yeah, we do get some quests.
You travel with Losa, do you not? We need to have a word, you and I.
Now we can check what he sells. He sells some, well, he sells pretty much necromancer skills, you know, which are okay. Well, they're okay, it's just we don't need them yet. But we can get some money from him. That's what I do want to do, is I want to get some boosts, because I have no good boosts on anyone. So, finesse, one sneaking. I'm going to get these mage boosts, because they seem quite tempting.
I suppose I don't have to tell you her condition is rather dire. Fast, most certainly being the operative word. The thing inside her is voracious. It's a testament to her strength that it hasn't long since consumed her whole. Perhaps that's because she's God-woken, just like you are. The fact that she's God-woken is what's saving her, but may also be the very thing that spells the world's doom. Do heed me when I say that under no circumstance must she be allowed to ascend to divinity. The demon, not she, would be a god. It would bring about the end of time and space and all creation as we know it. I say this to prepare you for the worst. I say this to prepare you for the kill may come to pass. You must be ready to be the death of Lusa. Should she come close to ascension, you may not hesitate. Stand ready to end her, even if it breaks your heart.
He steps forward and lowers his voice to a harsh whisper.
You will learn to make your heart a stone. All life is priceless, unless the price is all life. There may be more I can do for you. Come find me if you are interested in growing the source inside you. You may find that new strength will soon become essential.
And yeah, we do have an objective on Lusa, and we've been told we may have to kill Lusa at some stage. If I do everything right though, that will never come to pass. But yeah, we do have an objective from Lusa pretty much. We have to kill a fellow by the name of the Advocate. But we're going to just go over here. We can reach the Advocate right now. Because Blood Moon Isle is north of where we were. Spoilers, is over here. Which I guess we should go unlock it. Yeah, probably best to do that now. Wow, the autosave is crazy about this.
A lake of death fog, and the bridge appears to be down.
Now, in order to just get over here, well, first of all, move Fane's skills, because, jeez.
A hidden bridge. Clever.
Yeah, Spirit Vision tells us about this. There's literally a hidden thing. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to teleport a pyramid, and give it to Fane. Then I'm going to swap over to Red. Then I'm going to teleport Red Prince over here.
Careful now. That's a trap.
And Red Prince, like everyone has gone Spirit Vision, they all went to see their gods. This is why these sorts of skills are just great.
Seem to have made it. What lies ahead looks even less.
Go back to the Red Prince and go to me. Teleport. And now we can go over and open this gate. There is another way to get to Blood Moon Isle. We will show it, but you can only do it if you are undead.
Salutations. Have no fear, we mean you no harm.
Is that me?
No harm, no harm.
The being sniffs the air in your direction and licks his lips. He moves a couple of paces towards you, his eyes hungry and entranced. He abruptly slaps himself in the face and halts his advance.
My manners, master would not be pleased. He awaits you west of here. He will not harm you. Others may.
We will take our leave. There is a fast travel that I want to unlock. Because that's pretty much the best thing to do when you're just in a new area, just unlock everything. Of course, that means we're out here at level 15. Oh god, how much XP do we need to level up? 54,000, that's gonna take a while. We're gonna have to be able to kill some stuff. We're gonna go back to Fort Joy Square because, oh not Fort Joy, Driftwood Square. I'm gonna save, because we're gonna have to go through some stuff in the next episode. So next episode, I'm going to try and showcase... Well, I don't know if I'm going to showcase it or not. Also, I'm going to tackle this area in the best way I can, but I think we're going to go out this direction. I think this way is lower level, so I think we can do some of the fights out here. I'll even check in between episodes, just to be sure. But next episode, we're going to go in this direction, I think. I will see you guys then.